This is Blazeman, and I'm bringing you my week 1 battle for the UCA Division. And again, in week 1 we're going against Ahoy Strong, or Trovo, known on Twitter. Someone I'm not personally interested in much, but I know he's been in the Pokemon Draft League scene for quite a few years now. He went in another shoutout league I was in for many seasons. So I know, I've known him, not played him personally, but I've known him, so yeah. So week 1 we're going up against him and the Yup and the Bible, that's it. Yeah, so as you can see here, he brought his, in my opinion, the scariest 6 versus me, in his Mega Blastoise, a Kieran Black, his Overquill, Tapu Koko, that is a Terra, a Sparchna, and he had other threats such as Iron Jugular, I thought could come over Overquill if he wanted to, and then he also had a Decidueye, which I thought could come just because generally it's quite good versus my team. It gives him a soft check for like Manaphy and Thundurus, and a Taurus Powder, which I didn't expect too much. Doesn't do great against my team. It would have only come if he was very scared of Crocodile, but then he's got Earthworm as well. So yeah, and I believe he also had a Rhydon. And then that was it. So yeah, these are the main 6 I expected, some iterations of these. So yeah. So looking at Troy's team, you can obviously see that there's a couple of problems. The first one being that Tapu Koko is a big problem for us. Kieran Black is also a massive problem, and Mega Blastoise is also a massive problem. And then you can chuck on Terra as Sparcha as well, just for the sure shits and giggles of the whole affair. And obviously he's got Earthworm and Quillfish and Overquill, which have Earthworm has potential to shed tail, and it can sap hazards, and Overquill can do the same hazards, and if he's feeling frisky, you can Destiny Bomb. So as you can see, this team is very, very scary. So the 6 we're bringing here today, we've got a mixed defensive mage, MAGEARNA, Gideon, our team captain, first round pick. Obviously you've got to bring your first round pick in the first week, and I'm sure I'll be bringing it in more weeks. We're rocking Dual Stab, Dazzling Gleam, and Flash Cannon, because as you can see, Troy's fairy resists are the Earthworm, which isn't a great fairy resist, and obviously his poison type is neutral, Treat and Dark, and Overquill is not. Overquill doesn't have amazing speed F anyway, it's more of a Fizz Death rather than Intimidate. So yeah, and we've got lefties, so yeah, and we've also got Draining Kiss Recovery, and another move which I haven't shown off, so I'm going to leave that as it is for now. And we've got Manaphy, we've got Tail Glow, 3 attacks with Ice Beam, Energy Ball, Energy Ball, Scald, and Dazzling Gleam with we are Terra Fairy as well, just to really nuke that Kieran Black. As you can see, if I can get Manaphy set up on something like the Earthworm or the Blastoise, I can take out at least 2 Pokemon with me, because it just does incredibly well. Next up, we've got good old Carrot Cake, the Scarf Crocodile here. We're rocking a nice Scarf set with Rocks 3 attacks, just to be a good revenger. It can revenge Coco if need be, it can revenge KB, it can revenge Blastoise after a spin, you know, and it can revenge Overquill, and Earthworm if need be. Terra Spatra would be a problem, it depends on the type. Next up, we're rocking with our Tornadus here, which is a more of a bulky offensive set. 2 attacks, U-turn, and Taunt for the potential hazard lead option from Overquill, and Earthworm as well, just to keep it nice and keep all the hazards at bay with Bleak Wind Spin and Sludge Bomb, just because I feel Tapu Koko is a massive problem. Whereas Kieran Black is a little bit easier to check with Manaphy, Terra Manaphy, and Mage, and also Crocodile as well. And then we've got Thunder. We've got a 3 attacks U-turn AV set with Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb, and Focus Blast. The idea of that was to deliver hit from something like Coco or Kieran Black-ish or Mega Blastoise, and I can kill the Coco out of the Mega Blastoise in return. I can do a lot of damage to Kieran Black off the box. And then we've got Thistle the Brambleghast, who's rocking the Cold Ray this week to take a hit from Dark Pulse from Mega Blastoise or hit from the Overquill in a pinch. We've got Rapid Spin, Leech, and then we've got just we've got Rapid Spin, Poltergeist does damage this year, and we've got a couple of utility moves, but yes, that's good. So let's jump into the battle. So as you can see, I predicted Coco to lead here. I thought it was a very good lead into my team. I covered a Crook lead or a Thunder lead, so I thought we'll lead with Crook lead or a Torn lead, so I'll lead with Thunder predicting that, and he actually leads with Kieran, so a very good lead on my opponent's part. And So yeah, I'm thinking here, I'm just going to have to switch out and sack something. So I look and I think, well, Torn is my least valuable one. I want to keep Thundy around for the Tapu Koko and the Mega Blastoise. So I elect, unfortunately, just have to sack off Tornado, and as we see, my opponent goes for the Icicle Spear. So I'm thinking he could be Dice. Obviously, he didn't need 5 hits there to kill my opponent. He didn't need his 5 hits there to kill me. So yeah. So I'm thinking it could be Dice. So I'm going to bring in my Nature. Nothing this one can really do to threaten me out, and I can just freely fire off the Dazzling Gleam here. As you see, this Earthworm takes 27, which is fairly decent, and we don't see much after the set. So I'm going to choose to go to my Manaphy here before the Star Fox gets set up, and I can set up a free Tail Glow just to really pressure this thing. And we see that this Earthworm actually does go for the Shed Tail, so this is going to be a slight problem. I'm going to have to break this Shed Tail here, and he's Citrus Berry as well. Then we see the Tapu Koko come here, but obviously I can tear into Fairy, so I can do any 2 hits from this Tapu Koko. We see the Thunderbolt come off, which obviously doesn't do a lot of damage. So I can Scald, kill this Tapu Koko, and then kill something else. Obviously, as you see here on the second Scald, he does get the power. Thankfully, we don't get paralysed, but he does get the power, which means I can easily be revenged, which I'm not happy, which is not amazing for Manaphy, but it means I am happy to trade Manaphy for Tapu Koko because that is a big threat to my team. So as you see, the Blastoise is going to come in here and pick me off with a spin, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to go into my Bramble Blast here, trying to get rid of these rocks, and I did live any hit from this Blastoise. The Ice Beam was a roll to kill me, and unfortunately does get that roll. So Rock's going to stay up for the rest of the match, which is okay. I was trying to get the rocks off the Thundy, but yeah. So we're going to see here. Thundy's going to come in here. I'm going to live because I'm AV and I've got some bulk, and I'm going to kill this Mega Blastoise from forward another one because that's just how strong Tempest is. If he had some bulk, it was a roll to kill in my favour. As you can see here, Kieran Black's going to come in, and as you can see by this damage, it is Assault Vest, as I thought it was going to be Dice, but it's actually AV, so it's a good part of my opponent's part, and he goes for the Scale Shot here. So yeah, that had me really thinking last night. I was like, Scale Shot? I was like, loaded dice? No, he's AV for some reason. So yeah, Thundy's going to go down here, but securing damage on the Blastoise, well, securing a KO on the Blastoise, and half on this Kieran Black is very key. So as you can see here, we've got it's basically MAGEARNA and Crocodile versus the world here, but MAGEARNA does stupidly well into this matchup, so I'm not too worried. Mage, as you can see here, this Thunderbolt does not even, this Fusion Bolt does not 3k me, and I'm going to click Dazzling Gleam, Draining Kiss, sorry, to get most of that HP back, plus lefties. We'll do pretty much back up to full. We see my opponent's just going to go into his Earthworm here, which is not an amazing switch in, so I'm going to just Draining Kiss again, in case he wanted to switch out just to get myself back up to full. And if this, as we've seen, this Earthworm is more defensive, so even if he goes for the Earthquake, which he does, it's not going to do barely does anything to me. And I did have a bit of speed on my Mage, so I was able to outspeed No Speed Earthworm, which this looks like it is. So we're going to get pretty much back up to full here with our lefties. We're going to get around, we're going to get around 85%, and as you see, we get a Soul Heart boost here, which is going to be a massive problem. Now, this Quillfish I wasn't too concerned about, but I was concerned, obviously Dual Stab can't touch me, but I was concerned, and Liquidation doesn't do much, I was concerned about the Destiny Bond. So I was getting Draining Kiss here, as you see he goes for the Destiny Bond, and this Draining Kiss did not kill him here, that's why I clicked it, because otherwise Dazzling Gleam, and if my Mage goes down, then that's a big, and I pretty much lose the game. As you can see here, I went for Draining Kiss because he always lived even if he was offensive, so I get the Soul Heart boost again. So yeah, that Quillfish really couldn't touch me apart from Destiny Bond, so that's why I was getting the Draining Kisses. And as you can see here, this Terra Spatula is going to start Calm Minding, but my Mage is already +2 special attack. So this Flash Cannon is going to do an absolute fuck ton to this Spatula. He can't really win this exchange. If he Calm Minds again, he's going to die. It actually does minimum, I think it's 42 to 50. So from that range is that he always dies to another Flash Cannon because he'd be neutral at that point. So yeah, this is not looking well for this Spatula. Terra Grass was an interesting bring. I get it to resist my Crocodile. I get it to resist some stats, but I was expecting to go for a more offensive type, because if this thing is just, as you can see, it's Calm Mind move, so if he stored power Terra Grass, he really can't touch my beginner at all. So obviously Mage is an amazing switch into Psychic type moves. As you can see, he's just going to keep roosting me out. I'm not worried at all. I've got enough coverage to outstall his roost. Obviously, roosting this chain is only APB. So he's not going to have many roosts left at all. And he's also playing with fire here. I could get a crit. I could get a crit here. And I could get the Spadef drop with Flash Cannon. So he's really playing with fire here. But yeah, so Mage is just able to really sit in front of this threat and not really care too much about it. I think this is the turn that I might just, this is the turn I just real get the roll and I get a high roll, just kill it. And I'm up to +3. And as you can see, this Kyurem comes in, and this is just going to be a reverse so sweet for Mage. As you see, that Fusion Ball's just going to bounce off of me. And I do choose to go for the Draining Kiss here. And get to +3. So yeah, that's a nice 2-0 win with Mage going 4 kills at the end there. GG to my opponent though, because that was a real back and forth game. His team was stupidly scary. I mean, Terra Spartra is just, no offense to him, but it is fucking brain dead. Like, you don't even have to be in a winning position, and you can just car wind up on something, and then you can just start clicking stored power and the other coverage of your type. Obviously, so it's store power for everything apart from my Crocodile, which is my dark type, and then he's got Terra Grass, so that can just turn the tide of the game, which, in my opinion, I think that's a bit unfair to allow Pokemon that just don't require much skill to play the game. You know, you don't have to be skilled to play a Sparta. I'm not saying my opponent is unskilled, just generally saying it's a very easy mon to use, but of course he did try to use it as best as he could, and yeah, so Mega Blastoise and Kyurem Tapu Koko, which is so good. Obviously I did have the potential to bring Rain here, but he had, I mean, 5 of his 6 mons on this team could abuse Rain. Mega Blastoise gets stronger, Tapu Koko can Thunder, Overcool gets Swift Swim, KD can live hits anyway, and Terra Spartra was Grass, but yeah. So, GG to my opponent. That was a very well played game, and obviously Mage is just way too good. It was way too good this matchup, so Giddy was able to bring it back. But yeah, so that was week 1. We're starting off with a solid 2-0 dab, and I'm looking forward to continuing on this hopeful win streak and enjoy this season so far. I'm really loving using this team. It's going to be a fun one. Right, as always, we are the Shanghai Dragonites, so if you could fire punch that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Leave a like and comment down in the description below. Let me know if there's anything different you would have done with the team. Any thoughts you have on this season in general, and yeah, I'll always be happy to answer your questions. Until then, this is Blazeman, signing off. Peace and love as always. Bye.